Hi Matthew once. Some of you will know me from last year. I taught you in Pratom 6. Some of you will be new to Matthew 1. I'll be your teacher. My name is Teacher Nico. So we're still doing online video lessons because of COVID. Hopefully that will be resolved soon and we'll all get our injections or vaccines and then we can all come back to school as normal. In the meantime, we're going to be starting with this video and it's going to be Unit 1, Lesson 1, and we're going to be using our English exercise book, the first one that you'll be getting from the school. So we're going to be following along in this book. We'll be making these videos. You can watch the video and re-watch the video. Follow along in the book, read along. Pause the video if you need to so you can repeat the words that I'm saying, the vocabulary I'm using, the sentences I'm using. You can also listen very carefully to the way that I pronounce the words and use the questions. So I'll try and get all the information that we need for Unit 1, Lesson 1 across to you in this manner. At the end of this video, you'll see you can rewind it and watch it again. In the lesson plan that will be on the e-learning website, you'll see there's a link to a YouTube video. This is optional. If you want to watch it, you can use it. Basically, in the YouTube video, it explains a little bit more in detail, in depth, and from a different perspective, all the things that I'm going to be teaching you. So it's not very long YouTube videos, like 10-minute YouTube videos. Just give it a watch and you can learn something extra or just learn the vocabulary, phrases and sentences we're going to be using. You can learn it a little bit better or maybe you'll understand a little bit better. So that's like, I'm not giving you worksheets or anything to do. All I'm asking you to do is to watch the extra YouTube video for about 10 minutes just to learn something extra. Don't worry if you don't understand everything or you don't get it. When we eventually come back to school, we will be reviewing this. This lesson, we'll be doing it online, but when you come back to school, I will be going over this again, so you won't miss out. So if you have any questions, my line ID is there in the lesson plan and on the e-learning website. You can always add me and send me a line question if you have any questions. Yeah, so let's begin. We're going to be using our English exercise books and we're going to be doing Unit 1, page 1 to 6. So we're going to be doing Unit 1, Lesson 1, page 1 to 6. And the topic is greetings and introductions. Greetings and introductions. So greetings, saying hello to somebody when you meet somebody new or when you see a friend, and introductions, saying who you are or telling more about yourself. Okay, so let's begin. So we're going to begin on page 1, greetings and introductions. I'll be reading through number 1, the sentences. It's there in English and it's in Thai, so you can follow along so that you understand. We'll be doing page 1 to 6. Okay, so let's begin. Number 1, section 1 there, greetings. Let's read the words in English. You can read along in Thai. Unfortunately, I can't read Thai yet. I can speak a little bit of Thai, but I can't read Thai yet. So that's for you, for reference. So number 1, good morning. You see somebody early in the morning, you say, good morning, or you say, hello, good morning, or you can just say, good morning. So that's in the morning. That's like from any time after 12 at night till 12 o'clock in the afternoon. 12 a.m. to 12 p.m. So, 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. in the morning. So you say, good morning. From 12 o'clock, lunchtime, you say, when you see somebody, you can say, good afternoon. Good afternoon. A little bit later, when you have dinner or after when you go home, let's say here from around 5, 6 o'clock, and it's starting to get dark, that is the evening. So then we're going to be saying, good evening. Then they have their how do you do? So you can tell somebody, you can say, good morning, how do you do? Or how are you? How do you do basically means the same as how are you? Then the person will say, oh, I'm fine. And or you'll say, when you say good morning, how do you do? You'll say, good morning, I am fine, thank you. How are you? Something like that. Okay, so what we did here basically is good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Now, let's move along. On the bottom there, you'll see there's another one. Informal greeting. So informal means when you are talking to your friends. It's informal. Formal is hello, how are you? So informal is like, hi, hello, hey buddy, what's up mate, what's up man? You know, very informal when you're talking to friends, when you're talking to people that you know. So they only have two there. Hi, how are you? Hello, how are you? Hi, good morning, how are you? Hello, good morning, how are you? That's basically it. Now we're going to be moving on to page 2. Page 2, they have, see, we're going to be doing this. So on page 2, follow along from the top. Maria, so there they give us names. So you're going to be saying, hello Maria, hello, hi Maria. So when you have your friend's name, hi Cream, hello Cream, or whatever your friend's name is. If you see me, if my friends see me, they say, hi Nico, hello Nico. You see me, you can say, hi Teacher Nico, hello Teacher Nico. Or you can say, formally, you can say, good morning Teacher Nico, good afternoon Teacher Nico, good evening Teacher Nico, depending on the time of day. So that is using somebody's name. So you use somebody's name, their first name, so you can say, so like Cher, your name, Cherlen is your nickname. My name, Cher, is Nico. Nickname, Nicholas. My Cherlen nickname is Nico. Or you can use somebody's last name, their surname, Namsakun, surname. Mine is Van Onselen. So whatever their surname is or your surname, you can use that. You usually use their first name formally, like you say, good morning Teacher Nico or Teacher Nicholas, when it's a little bit more formal. If it's friends of mine, they will say, hi Nico, something like that. When you use somebody's surname, it's usually very formal. So it's somebody that you don't know or somebody of a higher rank than you, like a teacher or your boss at work. So you'll be saying, if it's very formal, they will say, hello or good morning Mr. Van Onselen. So that's, they use my surname and not my name. Then they have there, they show you first name. So your first name, mine is Nicholas. Middle name, some people have two names, so they have a first name and a middle name. So mine is Nicholas Cornelius, and then your last name or your surname, Van Onselen. I know it's Dutch names and surnames is long. I don't know about Thai, you might have a few names. Then we're going to be moving on to page 3. So on page 3, we're going to be looking at number 2. Asking about well-being. So asking about well-being is asking, how are you? Are you well? Are you fine? How are you doing? So let's see, look at some words or phrases we can use to ask about your well-being. Well-being means how are you? How are you feeling? How are you doing? Are you healthy? So number 1 there they have is, how are you? How are you? Oh, I'm fine, thank you. Oh, I'm bad. I'm not good. So how are you? You can also say, how are things going? So somebody can say, oh, things are going well, or things are going bad, not too good. How are you doing? That's another way of asking about how well-being. Or what is up? What's up? So what is up? What's up? That's very informal. That's something you use with your friends, your best friend. You will say, hey man, what's up? Or what's up? You know? It's a very American slang way of talking. It's much more refined or better to say, how are you? How are things going? How are you doing? Better English, and it's very formal. informal as well, you can use it. I think it's better English. What's up, man? Is very something you just use with your best friend or your brother or somebody you know very, very well. Otherwise, it can come across as a bit condescending. So then we have asking, how are you? How are you doing? Then we have response. So when you ask somebody, you say, how are you? Oh, here they have, it's great, it's wonderful, or it's fantastic, or I'm fine, I'm okay, I'm so-so, or not good. So let's look at, if it's very good, you say, how are you? Oh, I'm great, I'm fantastic. Or you can say, how are you? Oh, I'm fine, I'm okay, or I'm so-so. So-so means like okay. So you're not very good, you're not very bad, you're so-so, or you're okay, or I'm fine, no problems. Then we have, if it's bad or negative, then we can say, if you ask somebody, how are you? Then they can say, oh, not good, it's not good at all. Or they can say, it's going bad, it's not going well at all. Or they can say, not well. So those are negative responses. And then you can respond further up to what the person responds to you. Then you take the conversation further. Then we look at the bottom there, they have others. So other things that you can say. So somebody can ask you, how are you? And then you say, oh, I'm fine. And then he will say, and you. So he's redirecting the question at you. So you say, good morning, how are you? Then he says, I'm fine, and you? So now you need to respond. Then you must say, oh, I'm good, or I'm bad. So then you tell them how you're feeling. Another way of saying it is, how about you? He'll say, good morning, how are you? Or you'll say, good morning, how are you? Then he'll say, oh, good morning, I am fine, thank you. And how about you? How are you? Or and you, or how about you? Then if somebody responds negatively, if you ask them, how are you? And they say, oh, I'm bad, I'm not well. Then you can say, I'm sorry to hear that. Or you can say, that's too bad. Now we're going to be moving on to page 4. On the top of page 4, they have thank you. So if somebody asks you, how are you doing? They'll say, good morning, how are you? Then you say, oh, I'm fine, and you? You always add thank you. It's very polite to add thank you. I'm fine, thank you. Or thank you for asking. Or thank you very much. Always use please and thank you. It's good English, it's polite, and it's proper. And if you use polite words like thank you and please, people will respond to you better, they will respect you, and they will treat you better. When you just use sentences, it's very direct, and people don't respond well to that. When you say thank you and please, people will respond to you better. Now we're moving on to number 3, section 3, introducing. So introducing is when you introduce yourself or you introduce somebody else to someone. So the first one they have there is I am, or I am. So that's a contraceptive of I am. It's made shorter in English. So you can say, I'm teacher Nico, I'm Dan, I'm Stephen, I'm Jack, whatever your name is. I am Jack, I am Jack. Number 2, my name is. So when you introduce to another friend, you can say, oh, I'm Jack, or I'm John. Or you can say very formally, like in class, if I ask you what's your name, you say, my name is Jack, my name is John. There's also this is, or that is. So when you're introducing, let's say you're meeting a friend and you have a friend and they don't know each other, then you say, good morning, how are you? He says, oh, I'm well, thank you, and you? And you say, oh, I'm good. Then you say, this is my friend, Jack. This is my friend John, because obviously your friend doesn't know him. So this is my friend John, or this is my friend Jack. Who are you? So if you don't know somebody, you can ask, excuse me, who are you? Or what is your name? That's another way of introducing yourself or asking somebody to introduce themselves to you. We also have, so if you ask somebody who are you, they will say, oh, I am Jack, I am John, or my name is John, or my name is Jack, pleased to meet you. If you don't know somebody, you can, or your friend knows them, you can ask, oh, who is that? Or who is this? And they will, then that person will say, that is John, that is Jack, or this is Jack, or this is John. Or if you're very nice, very formal, or a polite way to do is if you meet a friend on the street or in the mall or at school and you have a new friend with you and they don't know them, you can say, I would like to introduce you to, I would like to introduce you to, I would like you to meet my friend Jack. I would like you to meet my friend John. I would like to introduce you to John. That's very formal. Then they have there, I'm very pleased to introduce. So that's very formal. We hardly ever use that. I'm very pleased. There's no D there, just take a note of that. I'm very pleased to meet, to introduce my friend Jack. At the bottom we have response. So when you meet somebody new, you say, oh, nice to meet you. Pleased, I'm pleased to meet you. I'm happy to meet you. On top of page 5, we have the nice to meet you, pleased to meet you. So when you meet somebody, you say, oh, nice to meet you, I am, because they don't know your name yet. You ask, who is this? They say, oh, this is my friend Jack. And you say, oh, pleased to meet you, my name is, or pleased to meet you, I am. After you say, pleased to meet you, I am, then you can also ask that person, how are they? So you say, how do you do? Then they will respond, I am fine. So basically these conversations go in a circle, asking the same questions over and over to each other. That is just very polite and informal and formal way of gauging somebody's well-being and introducing yourself. There we have different ways of addressing somebody, like Mr. for a boy or a man, not a boy, for a man you will say Mr. Or for a woman, Mrs. So that's not mistress, that's the wrong spelling, it's Mrs. So Miss or Mrs. Mrs. Mr. you use for a man if he's married or not married. Mrs. you use for a woman who is not married, a younger lady or a younger woman. For a woman that's older or somebody that's married, you use Miss. How are you? So for a boy, you will say, how are you? Or this is Mr. For like us, you say like teacher. If it's your boss, you will say, this is Mr. Jonathan or whoever. If it's a younger woman, you will say, this is Mrs. Lydia. If it's an older woman, you will say, this is Miss Lydia. Then we have at the bottom on page 5, farewells. So you introduced yourself, you said good morning, how are you? You gauged the well-being. You met new friends and now you are leaving. So now you need to say farewell. So there's different ways of saying farewell. Number 1 is goodbye, nice to meet you, goodbye. Or I have to go, goodbye. You also have bye. So that's very informal, that's with your friends. You say, oh, I'm going by. Goodbye is much more polite and a better way to say. You say, I'm going guys, goodbye. You can also have see you again, see you later. So I'll always tell my friends, oh, I have to go, see you later. Or you can say, so long. Nobody really uses so long. It's better to use goodbye or see you again or see you later. We also have good night. So if it's nighttime and you talk to somebody on the text or phone or line, or you're leaving and you're going home to go to bed, it's very late at night, then you can say good night. On the top of page 6, the last page that we're going to be using or doing, they have a nice day. So you tell somebody goodbye, I have to go now, goodbye, have a nice day, have a nice weekend, have a nice week. So depending on when you're going to see them again, but it's very polite to say, oh, have a nice day, oh, I hope you have a nice day. You can also say, if you know them very well, if you know their parents or family, you can say, oh, give my regards. So put an S on the end there. Give my regards to your mother. Give my regards to your father. Give my regards to your brother or to your wife. So if you know the other person or family of them, then you can say, give my regards. It means I'm saying hi. I'm thinking about them. I'm saying hello to them. It's very polite. And then at the bottom there, they have take care. So you're leaving, you say, oh, goodbye, I have to go now, sorry. Take care. Take care means look after yourself. So basically from page 1 to page 6, we just went over basic introductions, basic phrases and words, vocabulary that we use to introduce ourselves, to say hello, and yeah, just to talk to people when you meet new people or when you see your friends or when you leave your friends. So pause this video if you need to, rewind it, go to the words, read along with the words and the phrases that I'm saying, pause it, and then you repeat the words and phrases that I'm saying. Listen very carefully to the way that I pronounce the words, and then read along in English and in Thai so you can understand what it means. Like I said in the lesson plan, there's a link to a YouTube video. That's basically your homework. It's optional. You can do it if you want to. It will give you a deeper understanding of introductions. So just go have a look at it. It's not longer than 10 minutes, I think. Yeah, so that will just help you with your English. And like I said, when you come back to school eventually, we will be reviewing all of this. So if you don't understand, you can always send me a line, add me online, send me a line, ask me a question if you need to. If you don't, you can wait till we get back to school and then you can ask me the questions. So look at these words, these phrases, and then repeat them, write them down if you need to, and use them. Don't be afraid to use your English. Speak to people. That's the only way you're going to learn. The only way I learned a little bit of Thai, or I'm learning Thai every day, is by using it. So use it in your friends. Speak to your mother in English. Speak to your father in English. Speak to your brother, your sister, or your friends. Even though you can't speak it very well, just try. That's the only way you're going to learn. Okay, guys, so that was lesson 1. Depending on how long the situation is going on or until you guys get back to school, we'll be doing more videos. So I think I'll see you again with lesson 2. So until then, keep safe, be healthy, and take care of yourselves. Goodbye.